You don't feel the rage on your spiritual journey. Is it a myth or a truth? It is completely a myth. It's wrong, it's false. You do feel the rage on your spiritual journey. Actually, the more you awaken, the more you wake up, the more you get into your consciousness, the more you get into your roots, the more you touch your inner self, the more rage you're gonna feel because the world is trying to make you somebody else. Have you seen that? The world is trying to make you something else, from your closed ones to mass channels, or mass organizations, from your close ones to advertisements on the television, on your you know or all the influences of social media. Everybody is trying to speak to you to be somebody else. Okay, they want you to be externally driven, then be internally driven. That's what the world is trying to do to you. And you actually require that rage, you actually require that energy, and to be still, to be in that stillness, to not be moved by what others want you to be. you know imagine, the nature has all kinds of flowers in the world, right? From black rose to red rose to marigold to sunflower to all kinds of beautiful flowers in the world. Imagine, you know, someday an egoistic man who's fully programmed, let's say by an advertisement, says that the whole world should be, the whole planet should only grow rose. So he will try to make and engineer every plant, flowering plant, into rose. That's what they are doing to human beings. You know, that's what they're doing to human beings. That's what the devil is doing to human beings. They don't want to be you. They don't want you to have your unique mind. They don't want you to have, your unique choices. Be it your dressing, be it from as small as dressing to as big as certain life decisions. They don't want it to be yours. And I've always hated trends. And I guess now I know why I hate trends. Why there is, instinctively, I've always, felt that I need to oppose the trend that's there. I don't want to be into the trend. I've always felt, that, like, there's something extremely wrong with these trends, because they are trying to make you, you know they're trying to make you very robot, very uniform, very standard. I've always hated these words: uniform, standard. They just try to take away your uniqueness. Be it your food choices, be it your dressing choices, be it your um, as big as some career choices. They want to control it all. And the society becomes a medium of the devil, to impose that onto you, to impose the trends onto you, just say, for example, let's just talk about career choices. In between, everyone just wanted to be an engineer or a doctor. Yes, somewhere in between. Talking about here in India, somewhere everyone wanted here, to be a doctor or an engineer, because that was what was trending. And trust me, uh, I never knew what subject I liked, but I had to go by the trends. you know like, I felt that, like, I had to go by the trends, or there's something very fascinating about, like, yeah, they'll make you fancy the trends, they'll make you fancy the, you get this. And what's the fancy about it? The fancy about it is the competition. Like, you put it's like, it gives you adrenaline, that you have to put others back, and you have to, climb that ladder, and it's all yours, and it gives you adrenaline. You like that, you like, I mean, ego likes that, not your soul. Your soul wants to, take you away from that place. Your soul wants to, chal bhai tu kahan yahan par baitha hai. Like, your soul is like, I want to become this, I want to dress up like this, I want to eat like this, I want to wear like this, I want to walk like this, or I want to have these possessions, and not that. But your, hello, I mean, I was just waving hi to my neighbor's daughter. Yeah, everybody, wow. So everybody just wants you to be somebody else and not you. And that is, and I feel the rage. I feel the rage when I sit in, when I sit in group of people. I do feel that rage, how subtly they're trying to tell me, you have to become this. How it's very subtle, it's so subtle, it's so, unconsciously, by their bodily actions. And of course, when you awaken more, you catch up you don't only catch up the negatives or positives about people, you also catch up the expectation that people have of you, because they are what they are doing, what these people are doing. These people are actually carrying these people themselves, they are carrying the expectations of others onto them. They are exactly how people want them to be, and they are living in those group of people. They are into that group of people. They will never know the other side of the story, they'll never know the other side of people, or anything else. So yeah, and they are carrying the burden of the expectations of how other people want them to be. So now they subconsciously, very subtly, pass it on to you. They try to tell you how you should be. This is not trending, yeah, you should not be doing this. you know or they'll mock you in the most slightest of manners. And yeah, they'll mock you in the most slightest of manners. you know like, are this does not work like that. you know or like, many people have done like this, why are you doing it like that? So yeah, they'll just try to, seep into your, they try to enmesh their energy with yours. And they will, so I've hated this burden always, and I feel a lot of rage. And now as I move and awaken, and my kundalini awakens, and I wake up and I move towards ascension, it makes me feel the rage more. Can you hear the thunder as well? It makes me feel the rage more and more. Like, I need to protect my uniqueness, like I need to protect my enlightenment, like I need to protect um, you know what I am. I need to protect that. And I feel like I don't want to be carried away by the expectations of what others want me to be. I don't want to be taken away by that. So that's exactly what happens. When your kundalini awakens, when you awaken, when Shakti rises, when Shiva rises inside of you, you feel that rage. So it's a myth that you don't feel angry on your spiritual journey. You do feel angry when you feel like you need to protect yourself. You do feel angry when you feel that I don't want to be carried away by others, expectations, and they will so much, suddenly, in a room, if you are different, suddenly everyone's energy move towards you. Why is she different? Everyone's focus, everyone attention, will just move towards you. They want you to be like them. Somewhere unconsciously, subconsciously, they know it, that she is different. And and she shouldn't be. How dare she be different? We are carrying the burdens subtly, very unconsciously. Of course they're not awakened to their own shadows, but you as an enlightened, and you as a woken up person, as an awakened person, you can see through it, right? So how dare she? They think that, very, in the most darkest of the layers, in the most deepest of the layers, they think that how can she be different? How dare she be different? Let's get her back. Let's tell her what are the trends. Let's tell her what the society is doing. How can she feel so fearless? You know, because I am connected to the soul. That is why I'm going to feel that fearlessness, because you are under the fear. You are living under the fear. You are living under the fear of ego. That's why you think you need the validation from others, from the society. So you are going to behave the way you're going to behave, and you're going to feel so maybe, they think that maybe she hasn't tasted the fear yet, maybe she hasn't tasted, the validation yet. So we'll try to tell her that we don't validate it. Maybe she'll change it about her, very subtly, in the most subtlest of ways. They'll try to tell you. But you, my dear, you don't change. You protect your Shakti, you protect your Shiva, you protect your enlightenment, you protect your uniqueness, you protect your unique flower that you are in the world, because the nature needs it. What if there were only one kind of fruits in the world? It is said that every herb in the planet, in the universe, is a cure. you know like uh, a disease comes, and a cure for it also comes onto the planet. The planet keeps balancing. Whenever a disease rises in the planet, a cure for it also arises on the planet. The planet always try to balance it. The ego makes you forget that you are a part of the ecosystem. You are the nature. When I say that I am the nature, I am Prakriti, people, might think she's in her head, she's in her ego, or whatever. But that is the most simplest of truth. Of when you awaken, that is the most simplest of truth. I am Prakriti, I am nature. And it might feel egoistic, but it's not. It's actually society which tells you, to tone down yourself. How dare you? you know that's what the society does. I mean, a society of unconscious people does that, but of course a society of enlightened people is completely different. So yeah, that's all I wanted to come here and share with you. That, you know even while buying a car, people tell you these are the cars. No, these cars, usually don't. No, not anyone buys those cars. I mean, let's have an example of Nano. We all know what happened to Nano. People are like, it's just too cheap. Let's just not buy that. um, People forgot its utility. People forgot its functionality, right? They were just too, concerned with the social status, as in. So yeah, people will always try to take away your uniqueness because they don't like it. They don't like it that you feel that fearless. They don't like it. They don't like your fearlessness. Trust me, they hate it. They hate it somewhere. But you enjoy that. Yeah, first I used to feel bad, in the old days. I used to feel bad, ki yaar, and I used to forgive and used to be like, chalo, theek hai, like, let it be, or let me pay attention to myself. But now I have come to a point where now I think, you know, I mean, I have a lot of space now and I can do a lot more things. So, yeah, I don't know if I'll be able to explain that, but, you know, yeah, you should fight these things. You should be yourself, you know, and feel the fearless, and feel the, the fear leaving, feel the ego leaving, when you choose to listen to yourself. So I have never liked trends, and I've always hated trends, and I always wanted to do something different, than what is trending, you know. So yeah, yeah. Thank you for watching the video. Do like, share, subscribe. Thank you.